that runs for the liquor.
He runs for the liquor and he grabs the monkey mark. Monkey mark.
There's a lot of good small detail things in here.
Yeah, like the
small detail jokes.
Yeah, the little details in the background, the chicken fat, we call it.
Chicken fat, good one.
And then when his eye, that panel of his bulging eyes. Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, because he is drinking and then there's a zoom in on his eyes and then all of a sudden he has his mask on and he's in the bar.
He's Sixpack again.
He's Sixpack again, back from since the beginning of when there was the big giant fight. Oh yeah, I guess we didn't mention that supposedly Sixpack sacrificed himself and everyone else died or something.
Well,
at the end of the big battle,
he lost the members of the team.
He lost the team
at the member of the at that apex of that battle. Mm-hmm. But now he is Sixpack again. He's in this bar, and now we see him alive and well again at this bar. But you can't say well, because he just looks awful. He's dripping. He's got
he's a very drippy person.
Yeah,
he's got a 6 on his mask and his forehead.
Yeah, and it looks like he made his costume on his way to the bar.
Yeah, I forgot to mention he has these red gloves. So anyway, he's in the bar, and there's this alien-type bartender that's just a big mouth with teeth. His name is Baytor.
Baytor. I am Baytor.
I thought they were going to make a masturbate joke, but they never did.
They never went there.
They never did it.
This comedy could have gone there.
Very easily.
So he's Sixpack with a C. No K. I said X earlier. But
you did say X, but it does have an X, so I was like, all right, that's true.
It's a great costume.
It's in the 6.
It's so comical too, because let's talk about the art a little bit for a second, because
it's very detailed.
It's very detailed. There's so
especially
much,
for a humorous comic.
Yeah, there's brains all over, when he's reliving, so.
He has a flashback to the big fight.
Poor Sixpack has a flashback to the big fight, and you can see what was the French guy, Pierre Baton? He's got the baton shoved through the back of his neck, and the baton is coming out his mouth. It's so gory. And then the destructor guy, I can't remember his name now, is lying on the bar,
and half a head.
And Sixpack is having nom flashbacks, and his bowler hat is lifting off his head.
As he slams his fist on the ground.
Yeah, but
I got to put the team back together.
But
they're dead.
We don't in this issue find out what
except for Bueno, he scares me.
Yeah, except for Bueno, he scares me. We don't find out what the threat is, but Sixpack,
or even if there is one.
Sixpack senses a threat, and maybe that's his power. He can figure out what the threat is. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that there's the hook of we have no idea what a lot of these people's powers are. Because usually the name kind of gives it away, or something about them. But Dogwelder, I want to know more about him.
So one of the funny things, so Sixpack is we've got this threat, and I got to go through the list of all my super friends and put a team together, and it's got to be 8 people. It's got to be 8.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either. And so he gets this. He gets out one of those mini note thing, a memo pad. And it's all crunchy and munchy, and it reminds me of, and this is a bit of a tangent, but I think I had a bit of a Sixpacker living across the street from me at my old house, and he was he was a car farmer, and we just moved in, and I went over and asked him, "What's the deal with all these cars?" And he told me what all of the issues were with each of the cars, but he had that same memo pad in his back or in his shirt pocket, and it would look just
through each one.
It looked just like Sixpacks.
Loose Cannon's gone, Edge is gone. Layla, Gunfire, Nightblade, Pats, Hook, Slingshot, Terrasmith, Argus, Razorsmith.
He was saying more things like that one needs a radiator and that one needs brakes and this one's shot. The shocks are shot. So Sixpack is going through all of the people that he knows that he could probably use for this team. Meanwhile, Baytor is just like, why don't you just ask me? Because I'm available.
Yeah, but then he just turns over, he looks over his shoulder, and there's a team.
Yes,
he didn't really have to assemble them that much.
What a great panel!
Power Tool, Bueno Excellente, Guts, the Grappler, and Dogwelder. I like Power Tool though. He's kind of in the back, but he has a helmet with a mask, and out of the front of the mask is just like a drill. It's a drill bit, like he's like a rhino or something.
Dogwelder, just question mark. These are great characters. I mean,
I like Guts because the other ones seem so lame, but then he's like so extreme. He's got like a heart as a head.
Yeah, I mean, like these are all the other ones seem to be human. Guts is just like a gooey thing of guts.
Yeah, well, and Baytor is like an
crazy. So yeah, Baytor. This panel is just great.
It's a great full page.
Look at
full page on it.
Look at Sixpack's nose. Look how many times has he broken his nose?
Oh yeah, just red. And they do a good job with like making his eyes inconsistent too. Like on a lot of panels, one eye will be like a little more dilated or open or closed or yeah.
This is
there's some good a little into the center.
Grappler. I'm glad you like this, James, because I was on board for a while, but it gets too off the rails. This is a comic book, man.
Okay, wait. So we're about to get to the point which made the comic for me. So he has the team of Power Tool, Bueno Excellente, Guts the Grappler, Dogwelder, himself. He gets persuaded to put Baytor on the team.
Yeah, that's
as
only
the
7th
member. And now they need an 8th member. Who could it be?
How about a big dog like...
Now, my mind is going like, well, it could be anybody if they got Dogwelder. But who pulls up outside? Larry, who is it?
It's the Bat. It's the Dark Knight.
It's Batman. The 8th member is going to be Batman. For some reason, this caught me by such surprise that I fell in love with this comic.
Dude, he's on the cover.
Well, he's on the cover, but I thought that there was just like... it was just like setting the setting that this takes place in Gotham in a world where there's a lot of superheroes, and in the world where Batman's the king, these guys are like little guys. But I didn't think we'd actually interact with Batman like on the level that we are.
Yeah.
Like he was going to be the member of the team.
Look at Baytor chasing towards Batman. So Batman pulls up, hot
Batman
rod.
looks
Batmobile
than all the other guys. Like he looks like a good serious Batman.
Yeah, he doesn't look like Power Tool or Bueno Excellente.
Yeah, like he almost doesn't fit in the comic, but just enough that it's really well done, I thought.
Yeah. So Sixpack is just like, I've got our 8th member, a big hitter like Batman.
Yeah.
And that panel of him running across the street. What is dripping out of Sixpack? and he's missing teeth.
Poor Sixpack.
I love him. All right, so he races across the street, and Batman's there to stop crime, but.
Mm-hmm. Well, or is he just like? It looks like he's just there to get money out of the ATM.
Oh yeah, right. He stopped.
And then the cop pulls him over, or like starts writing him up a ticket as Sixpack delivers his elevator pitch to Batman.
Yeah. And this is
I thought was funny. Like it breaks the seriousness of Batman. They keep putting him in these like kind of minor things of he's quibbling with the meter maid about he was only gone for a minute to go to the ATM. And he bends over backwards for you people.
Well, there are 3 of these little Easter eggs in here. So when he bends over backwards, that is. Oh, and so there's that. So you might see how he changes into a different color costume.
Yeah, they kind of change the Batman that he is.
Right. That's from I forget the classic Batman comic. It's right on the tip
is
of my
that one
brain.
where he gets beat up or?
Yeah. So the one where they lift him up backwards
Frank Miller or something.
Yeah, Frank Miller. And then the one
you
where
can tell because he has like a 50-pack. That's how Frank Miller does abs.
Yeah. So then you
his
see
knee is a 6-pack. His kneecap is a 6-pack.
Yeah. Then when you see him bending over backwards, I bend over backwards for you people, and that's Bane breaking his back. It's a classic from the Bane comic where Bane breaks his back.
Nice. And then further up on the page or the page before, he's like kind of crossing through the panel. He's a different Batman there too.
Hold on, where is that one? Yeah, that's
like right before.
that's the one I was trying to remember the content to. But they're all from these like they're lifted from these classic Batman comics,
which is really cool that the art. Like, it's almost like the art telling part of the story in that way.
And then
it's making such a strong reference.
And then the one where he falls into Batman's arm, where Sixpack falls into his arm, and he's just like, I'm not a robot.
Yeah.
And that is from Under the Red Hood, where Batman actually loses a Robin.
Instead of cradling Robin, he's cradling Sixpack, and you can't see his face because it's dark, and he's bent over, and the cape is flush about him.
Isn't that funny? So Batman gets this ticket, and he argues the parking ticket, and then he says, "You people," and it happens to be an African American who has given him the ticket, and she says, "What do you mean, you people?"
and he's getting in this fight, and
then he has to defend himself that he's not a racist. It is very funny. He had to
defend himself for being cheap, for wanting to use his bank's ATM that only had because he didn't want to pay the ATM withdrawal fee.
Yeah, $3. And that's the whole reason. But Batman, in the end, says, "I'm not going to be part of your team." And
poor Sixpack.
Poor Sixpack is left to fight this threat alone with his 6-member team. And that's the end of the comic. It's a great setup.
I thought he got...
7-member team, but I was saying 6-member team.
Not including him.
Not including him. Look at that 6 on his head. He's so silly. He looks like a big-time
wrestler. It's
like
taped on a little bit, or like it only has 3 stitches.
Yeah, he looks like a really C-list wrestler that you would. Yeah. It's a good comic. I
thought it was funny. I mean, it only has 2 other comics to compete with, which might be why it's number 1 right now. But I thought it was good, and for being a 6-issue run, I think it could be good for every 6 issues. It would be cool if each issue, he tried to recruit a different member of the Justice League or something like that, or I don't know how they end up doing it. If it's Batman every time, or if they ever end up facing the threat.
I can't remember where this goes, so
we'll have to read to find out.
And I might just stay with it only because I did enjoy rereading this one, but sadly it's my number 3.
Oh, Larry's least favorite comic of the year so far.
Least favorite comic of the year. And it had Batman in it. How could that possibly be?
I can't believe that I ranked a Batman comic higher than Larry did. Usually Larry ranks it number 1, and I'm ranking it at the bottom.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes next week when we read.
Shakes out. What do we got on the dock?
So this one's going to be... So this is a crazy amount of comic book, but we're going to just read to the classic comic book 23 issues. But it's available on Comixology, unlimited, no charge. And it was written by Enrique Sanchez Abule, and the artist is Jordi Bernay. Now, if you recognize that name,
French.
No, he's
Spanish.
Spanish, and he is. We talked about him on one of our art walks. He is an incredible draftsman. When you see his art, all black and white, James, you're going to love this book.
Yay!
I'm going to say this is going to be your new number 1. It's called Torpedo, and all of these volumes are available on Comixology Unlimited. We're going to read the first 24 pages of Torpedo Volume 1, but Torpedo Volume 1 has 160 pages of comic content.
Oh. And
the story is
cheated with the naming of it there.
He is he's
a man.
He's Parker dialed up.
Oh.
So he's a dialed up Parker. He is a villain.